Okay, so the first thing I do is prime my face, and today I'm going to use the NIVEA Post Shave Balm that everybody's been talking about. Nikki Tutorial started this. I don't know how she found it, but it was a good find. And I like using this too because I feel like it's going to help like the little bumps I have on my chin. And I just rub this in. I like to do this while I'm like getting my hair done and stuff because I like for this to be settled in, but just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna do it now. And like I said, I haven't put my foundation on this close to putting the primer on, so I don't know how it's gonna stick, but usually this gets kind of tacky. And the other primer I use is the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. I used to use the matte, but I just had a hard time getting my foundation to look smooth, and so I switched to the smoothing primer. Alright, and for foundation, I have tried a lot of foundations, and I have finally found my favorite one. This is the Makeup Forever HD Foundation Stick. It's wonderful. It goes on smooth. I just really, really like it, and it gives me kind of like a dewy finish too. So I just apply a couple streaks here and there. No real science to it. I do put a little extra where I'm most broke out, which is always on my chin. And I use the Sigma F80 flat top kabuki brush to blend this in. And I just tap it in. Alright, and for concealer, I don't ever use anything different. I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Concealer in the shade Light Warm. Oh, and my shade on the HD foundation stick is 120. So I just go ahead and draw in my triangles. And I switch between the Beauty Blender and the, let me find it. I switch between the Beauty Blender and the Morphe E8 brush for my concealer. So I use the brush a lot because I'm too lazy to get up and go wet my Beauty Blender. So I just work this in. Okay. Now we have to set all this. So I use the MAC Prep and Prime Transparent Finishing Powder. And I just take some of that and tap it out into the container top. And then I use the Tapered Highlighter Brush by Sigma. This is the F35. It's just a pointed, fluffy brush. I just get some of that and I just tap it in. And I just put that everywhere I put the concealer. Alright, and then my secret weapon is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. This is just a white finishing powder. It don't give me a white cast or anything. If I put too much, sometimes it'll be too white, but then I'll just kind of counter it with some bronzer. Okay, and then all I do is just kind of tap him. This gives a really smooth, airbrushed look. So now that our face is set, we're going to go in with bronzer. I'm going to use the GIRLACTIK Beauty, the CABO bronzer, some matte bronzer. And I'm going to use the MAC 135 brush. I just dropped a brush. Okay. I'm just going to work that on the sides of the cheek. Alright, and my blush. I think I'm just going to go with this. I don't use this blush a lot, but I don't know why. It's pretty good. The IT Cosmetics. This is just like their Live, Love, Laugh face disc. And it's got bronzer, blush, and highlight. So let's just use that blush. I had a different one out, but I decided at the last minute to go with this one. So I just kind of suck in, like kind of make like a duck face and find like my cheek. And wherever I put the bronzer, I just kind of run the blush across it. Alright, and then I'm going to use the highlighter that's in here too, and just run a little bit on a fan brush. This is a Sephora fan brush, and I don't like it that much, but it's all I got right now. So just put your highlighter on there, and then my oven just went off to tell me I can put my pork chops in. Just highlight the top of the cheekbone. And then if you like to do like a little bit around the brow, and then a little bit down the center of the nose and on the tip, and then a little bit on the cupid's bow. Alright, so that is my blush and bronzer, highlight, foundation, concealer, setting powder, everything that I use on just like a regular day-to-day kind of thing. Alright guys,